Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have a look at the latest from the live radar. Then we'll have a look at the UK Met Office run, look at the 5-day precipitation temperature including the upcoming Easter weekend, and then we'll have a look at the longer range, looking at the GFS, GM, ECMWF and the Ensembles, as although it's pretty warm over the next few days, generally quite dry. Sunday into Monday, towards the end of the Easter weekend, it does look like low pressure is going to be properly returning. We were hinting at it over the last couple of days, but it now looks pretty firmly within the model outputs that it's going to be going quite unsettled next week, with a lot of showers around. Not loads of sort of persistent bands of rain, potentially initially, especially in the west, but next week it does look like it's going to be incredibly showery, especially later in the week further in the south, which could start to feel some storms as well, with the air coming in off the continent. But it's quite a complex picture, and we'll have a look at in the second half of the video. So remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure to like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. Now, in the last couple of videos, we've had a look at the potential for seeing heavier showers and thunderstorms, and that's what we have seen today. And these sort of patterns are going to continue over the next couple of days with shower and thunderstorm outbreaks. Now, of course, it's being April, there's no massive cape around, the temperatures are in the sort of high teens, low 20s, so there isn't huge amounts of energy around, so these showers generally are not thunderstorms, but we have seen a few, and you can see these lighter colours, oranges, yellows and reds, those showing sort of heavier cores within the showers, showing potentially hail, torrential rain, and the threat of thunder and lightning. And we have seen it where we expected, across the Midlands into central southern England, now spreading into East Anglia and across in the southwest. Some of these showers not as heavy as we potentially anticipated yesterday, but they still are there, giving some rain, and the heavier showers, as I said, across the Midlands. Either side of these showers, it's not too bad. Yes, there is clouds around, clouds bubbling up, but it's pretty sunny and it is pretty warm. Temperatures getting up into the high teens, if not low 20s. And we did see a lot of heavy rain across Scotland and Northern Ireland over the last day, and that is now cleared. Yes, there are some patchy showers around, some thicker cloud in places, but generally it is pretty dry and the temperatures will respond. If we do have a look at those temperatures, now of course, temperatures are warmest in the far south and east, closer to the warmer air mass, and away from those showers. Where those showers are, you can see a little bit more blues appearing, showing those temperatures are more towards the low teens. But as I said, wherever it gets sunshine, it will really bring up those temperatures. Most of the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland really quite warm, and even patches into Scotland, even though, of course, with elevation it is cooler. Generally, some areas still, sort of low-lying areas like Glasgow, Edinburgh, still getting up into the mid to potentially high teens. That's going to continue over the next few days. So we do have a look at the UK Met Office run, have a look at precipitation and temperature over the next 5 days. Now, as I run through to, as I'm recording this, around 3-4 p.m, you can see those heavier showers breaking out a little bit further northwards and potentially eastwards than shown here, with this showing quite a few heavier showers. But once again, most of them are sort of moderate to heavy showers, only a few thundery showers within that. Those showers will sort of dissipate over the course of the evening, and overnight tonight pretty dry for everyone. However, we have been talking about potential for weather fronts approaching from the west, trying to come against the high pressure, and you can see it is cloudy and on and off rain in the far west of Ireland, Northern Ireland, and potentially the far west of Scotland. But generally, those weather fronts are going to be held away by the high pressure for the next few days until Sunday and Monday. Now, those weather fronts try and push in, just generally pushing in a bit of cloud, and all areas through Thursday are cloudy with some sunnier skies for some, in a few areas with it breaking, and there could be a few showers, but nothing massively forecasted at this stage. Through Thursday evening, those weather fronts still are there in the west, giving patchy rain for some, and by Friday afternoon, those weather fronts have sort of decayed away, and just a few areas of cloud and some light, so maybe heavy showers, but quite scattered through Friday afternoon. Best conditions in the Midlands into central southern England. Could be really sunny day and warm day. Friday does look it's going to be the peak of the temperatures over this sort of warm spell we are going to be having. Temperatures potentially 21, 22 degrees where we see the sunshine. Through Saturday, still some showers around in the west, and by Saturday evening you see those weather fronts starting to approach. So Saturday's still a decent day, especially the further eastwards you are. But as I said, through Sunday, low pressure starts to arrive, bringing heavier precipitation initially to only Scotland, and then another weather front approaches through Sunday afternoon. So for Easter Sunday, many areas of England, Wales are decent. Scotland, some patchier rain starting to appear, but you can see this big low pressure system out across Ireland, and that will spread through over the course of Easter Sunday evening, and you can see heavy rain with the weather fronts are pushing eastwards. So all areas are going to be seeing some rain through Sunday night into the early hours of Monday, and this low pressure is going to linger and drop southwards, and as it does, we're just going to go into a very showery regime with colder air masses. If we do have a look at the 2 metre temperatures, the next few days are going to be pretty decent. Now you can see today temperatures peaked where, once again, in the far southeast with the clearer skies with more sunshine around, and across the Republic of Ireland as well, seeing the peak temperatures up into the high teens, and locally we'll likely again see 20-21 degrees. Over the course of the evening, temperatures not dropping away too much, some areas getting towards mid to low single digits where we have clearer skies, and by tomorrow afternoon temperatures are going to respond once again. The far east getting up towards 18, 19, 20 degrees once again, with thicker cloud and showers holding those temperatures back. And the temperatures are going to really climb for Friday, and by Friday afternoon, widely across England and Wales, high teens, low 20s, 20, 21, 22 degrees, very possible, and even across Scotland, potentially get up into the mid to high teens, and again across Ireland and Northern Ireland. So really quite warm, not exceptional, but quite warm considering the cold start to April we have had. Beyond that, you can see through Saturday afternoon, we still have some warm conditions around, but they sort of move further westwards towards Wales, the far southwest of England, and the West Midlands, where we do have more clear skies. But through Sunday, those temperatures will start to drop, and you can see potentially only 16, 17, 18 degrees in a few isolated spots, widely still 14 to 16 degrees, so not too bad, but with cloud building in and showers and persistent rain from the west, it's going to drop those temperatures down considerably. And of course we do have a cold air mass, and if I just show the 850 HPA temperatures briefly, you can see much colder air mass coming in from the northwest. Not amazingly cold by any means, but much colder spreading in, so we'll drop those temperatures down. So we do now have a look at the GFS run and see how what that does show over the next couple of weeks. You can see low pressure still is in control across the north at the moment, but high pressure is firmly building in by this evening, and we are under high pressure over the next few days. Potentially small little upward troughs, maybe giving more precipitation around for some, but Friday, as I said, looking like a really quite stunning day with southeasterly winds. But it's towards Sunday evening, low pressure pushing in off the Atlantic. This big low just sits over the top of the UK. It's not massively deep, so we're not going to see massively strong winds by any means, and those persistent rain bands will sort of decay away, but it will be a very showery regime, and as I said, it will drop to the south and just bring in lots of showers, especially for the south and the east, spiralling around. So it does look like precipitation will start through Sunday in the north and west and migrate further south and eastwards over the course of the week. So all areas are going to be pretty unsettled. Not going to be massively cold, but it's going to be probably around average to maybe slightly below average with precipitation around, and we just continually see low pressure sitting over the top of the UK, and right towards the end of the run, potentially seeing more of a northerly flow starting to develop, but nothing too crazy. Now, if we do have a look at those upper air temperatures, you can see warm over the next few days, as I said, towards 5 degrees at 850 HPA, pretty decent for this time of year, especially under higher pressure. As that low pressure moves in by Sunday, Monday, cool upper air conditions getting down towards 0 degrees at 850 HPA, not massively cold, not really getting the -5 line in or anything like that, and eventually towards the end of the run we do start to potentially pick up some more air from the south, or from sort of Spain, North Africa, potentially pushing up into the far south in England, and that could fuel showers a little bit more. But right towards the end of the run we start to go back into more of a northerly flow. But as you saw there, we're not massively cold by any means. Yes, it will be chilly under showers and thicker cloud, but it's not crazy cold. And if we just have a look at the temperature deviation through that, if we do run it back, it's maybe a couple degrees below average at times, but generally it's in and around average for upper air temperatures. So it's not going to be like crazy cold, but we might not be seeing temperatures get much above maybe 15, 16 degrees max, where we do see sunshine in a few spots. As I said, it's not going to be a complete washout by any means, but there will be heavy showers around, potentially persistent bands as well. But considering it's most likely going to be of a convective nature, it's way too far away to say anything with too much certainty. It's out the 5-day time frame, so we can't really make too many assertions at this stage. It's something we'll have to keep an eye on over the next couple of days into the weekend. So if you have a look at the GM run, see how that does compare. I've seen this already, and it does broadly follow the GFS. You can see high pressure building in over the next couple of days, and then we see that low pressure sliding in through Sunday, moving in not quite as quickly as the GFS. So there is a bit of uncertainty with timings. So potentially through Monday we could still see a decent day in the far east, but low pressure does firmly come back in, quite unsettled, very showery once again, sitting over to the top and to the south of the UK. And eventually at day 10 we just have low pressure sat across the east. And look at those upper air temperatures. It's not massively cold, but it's not massively mild either. And you look at the temperature deviations, it's just generally around average, maybe a couple of degrees below or above, depending on where you are in the north or south. So it's not crazy by any means, but it is going to be more showery at least than this week, and we could see return to a lot of sunshine and showers, and some areas could have really horrible days with loads of showers. Other people can have just decent days, really, with nice spring sunshine. But as I said, those details are very much something we have to look at probably on the weekend and the start of next week, sort of Sunday, Monday time. So we do have a look at the ECMWF run, see how that does compare. Again, it is very similar to the other runs. High pressure taking control over at the moment, and low pressure sliding in by Sunday into Monday. And similar to the GFS, it does move in quite quickly through Monday. But instead of that low pressure dropping southwards, it stays further northwards. So showery regime will be further northwards. Still, south will see showers, but more in the way of the north. And by day 10, that low pressure does eventually drop to the south, and we do pull in an easterly wind. This would be pretty bitterly cold in the winter. But as I said, it does start to drag up southeasterly winds that can engage some warmer, moisture air into this, and we could see thundery showers develop. So it is going to be a sort of a typical spring sunshine and showers sort of regime next week. Not looking like it's going to be completely crazy in terms of upper air conditions, or completely crazy in terms of massive weather fronts moving in, but it's not going to be as nice as it is this week and over the next couple days into Saturday, Sunday time. Sunday's going to be decent for most, especially further eastwards you are, but yeah, further westwards it could start to rain, especially in the afternoon and evening, and then Monday looks like all areas will be into the showery regime. So we do finish by having a look at the ensembles. You can see this well reflected. Warm upper air conditions at the moment and minimal shower activity, just some convective showers. Difficult to pinpoint exactly where they are, but generally in the Midlands, southern England, and potentially further westwards as well. It does look like we will be seeing precipitation. Temperatures do drop by around Monday, Tuesday time. Proper chillier weather coming in, but it only really returns back down towards average. Bit of uncertainty exactly with those upper air temperatures. All depends on how that low pressure does engage with the higher pressure, whether it drags up more warmer air from the south, or whether it does progress quickly, bringing cold Atlantic air in. And generally, for the foreseeable future, we stay around average. Some members going much colder than average, some going much milder than average. So can't really say too much with that with any real certainty. But it does look like more low pressure is involved. You can see more of a showery regime. And we have a look at the sea level pressure. You can see that well reflected. Very high pressure over the next sort of 3 or 4 days, and then dropping considerably. You can see the GFS run is, or its operational run is quite a bit of an outlier, with much lower pressure than the other runs coming in. So perhaps that GFS run overdoing it a little bit. But it still does look like lower pressure will be involved. And again, this will be reflected in the 2-meter temperatures widely over the next 3 or 4 days, getting up into the high teens, 17, 18, 19 degrees. But by early to mid, or early next week, temperatures back down to maybe 13 to 15 degrees, maybe a tad warmer with some sunshine around, maybe a tad cooler with more cloud and showers. So it's something we do need to keep an eye on. Now, if we do have a look at the ECMWF the midnight run, again, very similar, warm over the next 3 or 4 days, dropping around the 18th, 19th of April considerably, down towards average. Bit of uncertainty with the ensembles there, some are delaying it a bit, some going more early, including the operational run. So yeah, a bit of uncertainty exact timings, but all are returning more towards average and staying around average for the foreseeable future. And again, more of a showery regime through the last 10 days of April. Will be some persistent rain around for some, especially where closest to the centre of the low, but at this stage that pinpoint position of that low pressure system where it does linger is too far ahead to make any, as I said, any real details with it. If you look at the 2 metre temperatures and precipitation, again, warm over the next 4 or 5 days, around 16 to 18 degrees, widely, potentially warmer in a few spots, 20, 21, 22 degrees is possible, especially on Friday. But by next week, temperatures dropping, as I said, down to more towards 13 to 15 degrees, chillier with more clouds and showers around. So yeah, decent weather coming up over the next few days, so make sure you do enjoy it. Easter Sunday, if you have got plans, it will be decent in the east. Could be quite a little cloud around, but further westwards, exact timings are still a little bit unsure, but you could get away with seeing dry weather for most of the day, but there are weather fronts moving in, and whether they move in 3 p.m. on Sunday or they move in by 8 p.m. or midnight is too far away to say exactly at this stage. The model's still a little bit uncertain with it, as it's still sort of 5 days away, but that is something we need to keep an eye on. At least Friday and Saturday does look pretty decent. There will be some showers around and maybe some more persistent rain, especially in the west, across parts of Ireland and maybe western Scotland, but for the majority it's going to be a pretty decent next 3 or 4 days. So for Good Friday, Saturday, and for most on Sunday it should be pretty decent. Monday though is looking like we're going to be seeing that unsettled weather really taking over. So make sure you do go out and enjoy the generally quite warm weather we have at the moment. No heat wave by any means, but it is generally pretty present and warm. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.